Right, so this one's all about different promotion strategies. Now I'm going to say a couple of terms here that aren't really until the A level, but it might make you look a bit clever in the GCSE. So we talk about different promotional strategies being media promotions or sales promotions. Now you can, instead of calling it media promotions, you can call this above the line. So I'll just write down above the line promotion. Now, there's no need to do this. It's just it might help you answer your question and look a bit cleverer. But if you say media promotion, it's still fine. So we've got to say different types of media promotion and say the good thing and bad thing about each one. Now we've done this loads in the class, but I'm just going to give you a couple of examples. So we have TV at the top. Obviously, instead of media there, we can have. Can you read that? What colour can I change to? I'm going to change to. Oh, we'll see. That's it. That's better. Second one is radio. Can't spell radio, which is pretty embarrassing. Third one is, what would be another sort of media promotion? Or we could say on magazines. We only need a fourth one. We don't need five. So let's think about one more media promotion. We've got radio, we've got magazines, we've got TV. We could have, let's go for billboards. So for each one, we need to have one good thing and one bad thing. So for TV, we said it's seen by large audiences, and a bad thing is it's expensive. A second bad thing is people now fast forward. And there's lots of TV channels, so, you don't know which one, you don't know whether people are going to switch every time there's adverts on. Right, radio. Right, the good thing about the radio, I suppose, there's not much you can say about radio, but you might be able to say that you can target, I'll just put an S for target, that's weird, target certain audiences. So for example, if I wanted to target young people, then I'd advertise on Capital Radio or something like that. Obviously I don't listen to Capital, so I wouldn't even know. Or what's another Kiss Radio. So you can target your audience. Now the downside of the radio is that people can't actually see the product. So if you can't see the product, how are you going to know whether it's any good or not? You'll listen to car adverts, and you're thinking, well, I don't even know what that car looks like. The third one is magazines. So the best thing about magazines is it's very easy to target your audience, because, for example, whenever I buy a magazine, like a triathlon magazine, all the adverts are about triathlon stuff. So there'll be new triathlon shoes, new triathlon gloves, and obviously, being Mr. Robinson, I buy half of this rubbish, right? But the thing is, they're not going to put any adverts in there for football shoes because no one reading the triathlon magazine are that bothered by football. And that's a really good reason for advertising magazines. The downside for advertising magazines are people might flick through the adverts. They might actually just think, well, I don't care about the advert. Another downside, and this is a big one nowadays, is magazine subscriptions are going down. So people aren't buying magazines anymore. They're doing much more on the internet. Okay, next one. The good thing about using billboards is, I don't know, what could be good about a billboard? They're really large. I don't really know. What would you say about a billboard? Oh, maybe say you do a billboard next to a bus stop. People are sat there. They have to kind of look at it because they've got nothing else better to look at. But okay, downsides of billboards are I think they can be vandalised, so they can look really rubbish. They can the weather can make them look bad after a while, and that's about it really. For me, if I had to do this in the exam, I would talk about magazines and I'd talk about TV. My backup might be radio. As you can tell from what I just chatted about, billboards isn't the easiest one to talk about. The last one, potentially, if you wanted it, could be internet. And obviously the good thing about the internet is nowadays it's quite a lot cheaper to advertise on the internet. The downside is there's just so much advertising on the internet now. Is anyone ever going to even notice it anymore? When you get pop-ups nowadays, you just click them off straight away. And I think it's always got too saturated. The second sort of advertising comes from promotions, like sales promotions. Now, some people in A-level will call this below-the-line advertising. So the reason why it's below the line is it's not media, it's kind of non-media advertising. So instead of doing a TV advert and all that, you can do promotions. So the first promotion that we all get excited about is things like buy one get one free, or some people call it bog off. Now in the exam, if you do say bog off, please say buy one get one free afterwards, because I just think you look a bit stupid writing bog off. So this works because when you do buy one get one free, suddenly you'll buy loads of the products. Now the other day I bought 32 like cans of beans. Like 32, what the hell am I doing? Because it had such a good buy one get one free offer. I think it was like buy one get three or free or something stupid. So I just went to town. When I got home, realised the date when they went off was like January. I bought them in December. I was pretty ill. I ate a hell of a lot of beans. Right, next one. What they sometimes do for promotions as well is things. I'm going to write the word here. Loyalty. I can't, loyalty, maybe cards. So loyalty cards are a really good way of doing promotions because, like my wife, whenever she says I'm going shop, whenever I say I'm going shopping, she'll be like, "Oh, go to Tesco, go to Sainsbury's, and I'll get points." And so she gets really excited about getting these extra points, which might lead to something. But the thing is, in my opinion, I don't want the extra points. I'd rather just go to Aldi, which is 10 times cheaper anyway. So there's an argument we have. The third one, and this is a big one, right? In my youth, I would not buy a cereal unless it had a good toy. Simple as that. If it had a good toy, I'm buying it. Like these Ghostbusters cereal, they're probably rank. I bet they were absolutely horrible. But the thing is, you got a free frisbee. Now for me, that's what it's all about. Me and my brother used to, you'd open the packet, and the rule was you weren't allowed to put your hand in the cereal. That was the rule. But Andy never followed the rules, man. He was older than me. He always had his hand in there, getting the product and saying, "No, it's mine. I got it there first." Then I'd have a little cry. My mum would shout at us both. Same every time. But the point is, what is my point? My point is, that's a really good way of promoting a product, giving an extra gift on the side that makes people want to buy it. The other day, I almost bought a car, like that Citroen Cactus that I chatted about. Right, the main reason why I bought it was I was in the sales room, and the guy goes, "Right, if you buy it today, mate, I'll give you an iPad." I was like, "This is huge. I can't wait to get another iPad." Then I realised I've already got an iPad. Why the hell do I need another one? What am I doing? It's amazing how much that can make a difference. Right. Obviously, with these ones, you have to think about the downside of it. So, for example, buy one get one free. The downside of buy one get one free is obviously that's costing you a lot of money, so you're not going to be making as much money as you would have done beforehand. The second one with loyalty cards. What's the downside of a loyalty card? I think again you've got to give out special offers for those people's loyalty. I think the most important thing is it's quite expensive to try and set up. You need to have lots of computer systems to try and track all the loyalty cards, and for a small company that'd be very expensive. And the third thing, the free gift, that I think the downside of that is, lots of people might not even want that free gift, so you're almost wasting money on that extra thing. Like for example, the other day there was like a Lion King DVD box set and it had a free teddy bear lion in there, and lots of people didn't want that, so maybe that's just a waste of money. Right, with this one, I'm just going to circle this final question. Evaluate different promotional strategies that might be used for the Bulldog range. When this question comes up, I want you to get full marks on this. For me, you could get a 16 out of 8. It's out of 8, sorry. You could easily get loads of marks. But if you don't evaluate, you're not getting any more than 4. So I'd go for 2 sales promotions or 2 above-the-line promotions, if you will. So I'd go for maybe TV and radio. I'd say what's good about them, then I'd say what's bad about them. Then after I stop that, I would then go, the second option is to use below-the-line advertising. Or instead of saying that, I might say the second type is to use sales promotions. And I'd say 2 different sales promotions like buy one get one free and loyalty cards. Then I'd say what's good about them. Then I'd say what's bad about them, and that's it. As a grand finale, I'd do a conclusion and say which one might be best. Now the best thing to say there is, because this is a small firm, you could say I think TV might be best. However, the problem is TV is way too expensive, so instead I would use a mixture of sales promotions and like leafleting.